Have you ever wanted to try something new? I don't know, say rock climbing or beekeeping, or maybe even just changing your hair or makeup or wardrobe? Well, I can tell you that there is an optimal time in your menstrual cycle to try something new. I'm Gabrielle Lichterman, founder of Hormonology, creator of the Hormone Horoscope apps, and author of 28 Days, What Your Cycle Reveals About Your Moods, Health, and Potential. And I'm here to tell you today how to sync trying something new with your menstrual cycle. At some point, we all want to try something new. We want to break out of ruts. We want to get excited. We want to test ourselves. We want to push our limits. And I'm here to tell you that there is a perfect time in your cycle to do that. Here it is. It's day 4. That's 4 days from when your period starts. Day 1 is the first day of your period, so you count from there. So it's day 4 through ovulation. Now, ovulation is the middle of your cycle. If you have a 28-day cycle, it would be around day 14, typically. So day 4 through ovulation are the best days in your menstrual cycle to try something new, to break out of a rut, to explore. And the reason for that is rising estrogen. On these days, estrogen is just ticking up higher and higher and higher. And when estrogen rises, it boosts confidence. So when you have confidence, it makes it easier to move forward and push the envelope and break out of ruts and just try something. Just try something with abandon. Estrogen also has a second benefit on these days when you try something new. It makes you more resilient. Now, I don't know how many times you've tried things that haven't worked out, but I've tried a lot of things that haven't worked out in the past. And being able to bounce back from that is just as important as having the confidence to try it. So say you try rock climbing, but you're not as good as you thought you'd be, as a beginner, and you get frustrated with yourself. Well, that rising estrogen helps you get over that. It makes you more resilient. Say you tried a new haircut or hair color, and it didn't work out. Now you've got it for a few months, right? Luckily, with rising estrogen, it makes you more resilient. You can make a joke about it. You can laugh about it. You could try something different to try to fix it. Compared to other days in your cycle when estrogen is dropping and lower, it's easier to get over setbacks when you try something new. And that's important. But on these days in your cycle, rising estrogen has a third benefit that makes these cycle days perfect for trying something new. And that's this. Whenever you do something you enjoy, rising estrogen makes it even better. And that's because rising estrogen spurs a greater production of brain chemicals that boost your mood and give you a rewarding feeling. So when you do something fun and exciting and different, that rising estrogen makes it even more fantastic. Get those giggles and that excitement and the adrenaline rush. It's even bigger on these days compared to other days in your cycle when estrogen is dropping and lower. So that's what makes these cycle days, day 4 through ovulation, the best days to try something new. Now, what happens on your other cycle days? Well, the first few days of your period and the second half of your cycle, the luteal phase, from the day after ovulation through the day before your next period. On those days, estrogen is lower, and during the second half of your cycle, progesterone is elevated. And this hormone combination has you preferring things that you already know, the tried and true, what you've done a million times before. And that's because this hormone combination of lower estrogen and elevated progesterone has you preferring comforting experiences. That's not to say you shouldn't try something new on these days. You should. If you want to try something new and the opportunity presents itself, go for it. Just keep in mind that you may not have the confidence and the resilience to bounce back if things don't work out as great that you did in the first half of your cycle or much of the first half of your cycle. So just keep that in mind and push through that. Other than that, if you can sync trying something new with that day 4 through ovulation, do it. You're going to love it. I hope this tip helps you. For more cycle syncing tips, please visit my website, myhormonology.com, and sign up for my free newsletter and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks.